And welcome back to more Batman, where in the last episode we were able to make it past the sewers. So now what we gotta do is go into the lab ruins. And what I'm trying to do is just take care of the enemies as quickly as possible. Especially because it's just really easy for enemies to stack up and gang up on you. And when that happens, that's just a really quick way to get yourself killed. So I kinda don't want to do this thing a little bit too recklessly. Okay, let's just trigger this guy. Okay, let's see, how am I gonna make it past this? Let's just see if we just can't take care of these guys from far away. Yeah, I'm kinda wasting some ammo here, but I think in this case, since there are these enemies that do drop a lot of those pod things, I mean, it's actually pretty easy to farm for ammo in this place. But unfortunately, when I was practicing this, it just seemed that ammo was just so much easier to come by than health. So let's just go ahead and punch these guys. And then, of course, right when I say that, I end up getting 2 hearts. So thanks for making a liar out of me, game. Okay, let's see, what do we want to do here? Yeah, I think the easy way is just not to trigger this guy and then just use the disc to take care of him. I mean, in my eyes, that's just really the easy way to go about doing this. And then, just like before, we're just gonna let him jump over us. Okay, so now that we're past that section, this section's a little bit different because you do have to have your wall jumping skills. And then, of course, there's just also a lot more enemies coming at you. Just because we are actually close to the end of the game, this is only 5 stages. So what we just have to do is just time our punches right here, just to make it past everything. Although I have mentioned the music before, I will have to say that this is actually my favorite track in the game. A lot of people like Stage 2 or Stage 3. I mean, for me, Stage 3 is second. And then also Stage 1 is a pretty awesome soundtrack too. Let's just take care of you. Yeah, what I'm doing is just staying at the top and then just going about making it past this place that way. Just because I feel like it's a little bit easier. And you get missiles. And unfortunately this guy does respawn, so I was going to take him out with a batarangs, but unfortunately since he is going to come back, that kind of defeats the purpose. Especially because this jump is so tricky. Okay, well that didn't go well, but unfortunately that's just what happens. Yeah, I think what happened was I might have just jumped a little bit too high. Here you do have to be careful about these electric gates. And then also I'm just using invincibility frames to my advantage just to punch these guys. Okay, let's see, alright, well that works. And I think I'm just gonna run from this. Okay, that worked too. Alright, well at least we made it past there unscathed. So what I'm gonna do is just try and get a heart back here. Or at least when I can actually land my stupid punches. So I'll just see you in a bit. Well, fortunately it was only 1, so... Or it was only about 2 hearts I needed to get, so... At least that little farm binge made it a little bit easier. I mean, the reason I do all those farm binges in the first place is just because... It's just, important just to stay with a full health bar, and... Also because it's just so easy to get yourself killed so quickly in this game. And you get missiles. Okay, ammo good. But like I said before, there are plenty of places where you can farm for ammo, so... I mean, you can just farm for power-ups, so... At least running out of ammo is not going to be that big a problem. And let's just see if I can make this, even though I probably am going to have a lot of trouble. Yeah, I think I just rather would have done it that way rather than just trying to make it past that electrical gate. Just because it's really easy to get, or to lose a lot of health on that thing. I think it only does 1 bar of damage, but I really don't feel like finding out. And let's just go ahead and make our jumps. Especially compared to Stage 3 and Stage 2, I mean, the wall jumping gets so much more tricky here. And then it's actually, and of course it's gonna get tougher when we get to the last stage. I just gotta get in position here. Okay, good. So they're just gonna use the same strategy on this tank, just to stay at a safe distance and then just deal with them. And just like so. Yeah, we are gonna have to do the same thing several times, but I mean, that's just the way it goes in this game. Okay, good. Now this part does get pretty tricky, especially because you just have to deal with a few things at once. Of course, the enemy placement does get more obnoxious as the stage goes on, which is always a constant with these games. Okay, good. More ammo. And let's us go ahead and not screw that up, because I really don't feel like doing that whole thing over again. Let's see if I can trigger this guy. Yeah, I am gonna have to wait for this guy, just because I kinda don't want him surprising me, especially because we're so close to the boss. And I would rather have full health going in. Okay, I guess this guy takes forever to kill. Then again, I'm not really at the right distance here. Okay, well that was, what, 14 batarangs? Then again, I could just jump over this guy, but I don't feel like doing that. Because now we're at the boss. Yeah, unfortunately this part does get pretty tough, seeing as how you do have to deal with 2 of these machines shooting at you. And the reason I am trying to jump at that part is just because I would rather not have this guy shoot at me. Okay, why the hell is there... Yeah, this could be trouble. Because the tricky part about this strategy is that it depends so much on these guys not shooting you when you're, Okay, I might be able to pull this off, but probably not. Okay, somehow pulled that off. But like I was saying, the tricky part about that strategy is depends so much on those machines not shooting you from far, because otherwise you do end up getting hurt there. And then I did try to abuse invincibility frames while I was punching it. And it's also very precise, and I mean, unfortunately, it's pretty easy to lose a lot of lives that way. But fortunately, we did make it through with our hide still intact, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it here, so join me next time as we take on the Joker. See you then.